How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video of mine. A video that I am making after 4 fucking years of being away. Look, life got busy. I'm sorry. But today I'm gonna be talking about a movie that I just recently seen in theaters, directed by Darren Aronofsky, Caught Stealing. I was very intrigued by this movie from just knowing that he was going to be behind it. I love Darren Aronofsky movies. I think Requiem for a Dream is one of the best things that I've ever seen that has stuck with me ever since watching it as a teenager. I think Black Swan is great. I loved The Whale. There's a very weird reputation from The Whale. I think generally people like it, but the people who do not like it really fucking hate that movie. Darren Aronofsky directing this already grabbed my attention, but the first time I saw the trailer and I saw Russ, the punk character, I also was very intrigued. I'm just a sucker for punks in movies. And I'm not surprised to say that after watching this tickled my fancy in many ways, and I loved it. This is a fast action crime movie where shit just keeps piling onto the plate of Austin Butler's character Hank, and it's all because he just wanted to watch his neighbor's cat. And I love that. The chaotic nature of this movie is actually really what I do love about it. I feel like there's always a new direction or a new outcome to something that always left me intrigued, questioning in what was going to happen next. I never felt like I was able to predict the movie. The antagonists in this movie really just don't give a shit, and it leads to pretty bold and satisfying decisions throughout. Especially in contrast to the main character, who is sweet, big mama's boy, loves his girlfriend, loves baseball, loves talking to his mom about baseball. You're basically introduced to him through his passions and through the people that he has connections with that he very much cares for. Through that and his trauma with driving, the way he lost being able to play baseball, it just makes me feel more bad for him and root for him as the story goes along. It's so interesting how different the portrayal of Hank is in this movie from the book, especially since the writer of the book is also the writer of the screenplay. He's apparently supposed to be more of a bad person in the books, and I think the change of that for the movie makes it work. I have not read the book yet, but I believe what really makes Caught Stealing work as this movie is the big contrast of the antagonist and the protagonist. It creates this tension and leaves you to wanting the best outcome for Hank and just getting more nervous as this keeps going. Also a bit nervous for the cat. I like that cat. Pretty good cat. I've never really seen Austin Butler in anything. I know he's in the Elvis movie, but like I could not give a shit. And I saw him a little bit in the biker movie. I forget what it's called. It's just called The Bike Riders. I seen a little bit of that movie. I thought it was fine. I thought he was fine in it. I really didn't know much else about him. I feel like I hear people talk about him more than I ever really have actually truly been able to see what he does in movies, what his performances are like. I loved him in this. Matt Smith also does a great job in this. I really love the character Russ and what he does with it. If anything, I kind of wish we saw the character more. Although I feel that if we did, the whole story wouldn't happen, unfortunately. Hello, this is me on a completely different day, not wearing the jacket. When I originally recorded this, for some reason, I didn't talk about more of the performances, even though this is like such a stacked cast. I'm gonna do that now. I believe Zoe Kravitz has great chemistry with Austin Butler. She's overall pretty solid in this. To really get into Regina King's performance and character in this, I'd probably have to go into spoiler territory. However, I think she does great in this. She's one of the best performances in this by far. And then you have Liev Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio as the Orthodox Jewish brothers, and when they get more involved in the story, I genuinely believe that's when the movie is at its best. I believe they play these characters so well, and just are so fucking fun to watch on screen. I would say it does surprise me how good Bad Bunny is in this movie if I didn't see him do a Canadian Destroyer the first time he ever fucking wrestled a wrestling match. I guess that this motherfucker can just do anything. Speaking of musicians in this movie, I love that Action Bronson is in this. I love Fuck That's Delicious, and I love his music. He's the perfect authentic New York guy that they could have used for the character he plays, and it's just also just really cool. However, despite how much I do enjoy this movie, I do not think it's perfect. I believe that a lot of times it doesn't necessarily allow moments to breathe or to really set in to allow you to feel the weight of them. I feel like there are a lot of moments that would have hit harder, would have been portrayed way better, had they just let it sit on it for a little bit. Not even for too long, really. Just like give it a couple more seconds to really let that set in with the audience before you try to move on to the next part of your story. And I believe this movie kind of doesn't do that at times, especially with how much the scenario is changing and how much new developments are being made. I feel like it'd be important to just focus in on certain key moments of this movie for long enough. This is the main issue that I see people have with this movie, even saying that it's trying too hard because it does this, which I personally do not agree. However, I believe it hinders a lot of emotion and a lot of moments that are otherwise pretty important to the story. I think as the movie goes along, it gets better with that, but by the time you get there, the damage has already kind of been done to all those other points in the movie. Overall, though, despite its flaws, I very much enjoyed myself. I had a great time with Caught Stealing, and I can't wait for whatever Darren Aronofsky does next. I hope the next thing Austin Butler does is pretty good. And overall, this is one of my favorite movies to come out this year. Probably my second favorite movie to come out this year. I don't know how long that's going to be because we're finally in award season and a lot more shit is going to drop, which hopefully means more videos from me from this point forward. I'm actually going to be posting on this channel for now. I've been having ideas, I just haven't been having the motivation to record and edit. I loved that I wore this Giants thing because he's a fan of the Giants in the movie, and fucking you didn't see it, you just saw that I wore a jacket until that one part of the video. But anyways, videos are back, and Caught Stealing is a great movie. I give it an 8 out of 10, and I hope to see you care more about more video and movies.
Show us porn in the class.